Hey everyone, Henry here, and it's day 3, and today we're talking about field of focus. Um, as opposed to the last couple of days where we've jumped around between apps, this one we're just sticking with one big lens. And I'm going to show you a couple of really quick, simple ways that I can control that field of focus that looks very natural. Again, my goal is never to emulate a DSLR per se, it's to emulate the human eye. That gives it that human quality of what did that photographer, what did he or she see, and how did they see it. So I'm just going to show you the two ways that I love. They seem really simple, but I think they're absolutely crucial to what gives photos a real human quality. You select a photo, and right here I want to say that I'll usually crop the photo the way that I want it cropped, but this is the first thing that I'll do before I do any other processing, because I only want to do this once. Because in a lot of cases, this photo works pretty well, will be fairly simple, but sometimes it can be pretty involved to get all those areas you want masked. It just takes time. It's not difficult. And this photo works well with both examples I want to show you. So I'm going to select the Advanced tool, and I'm just going to paint, put my finger and kind of paint those parts that I want to remain in focus. And I generally want to create a slight arc. Once I get kind of the broad areas, I'll zoom in, as you would imagine, and just kind of go in around this. And you want to take as much time as you can spare on this. The more precise, the better. I'm kind of hurrying, but you'll get a real sense of what I'm talking about. You'll see where I kind of go over the edges, but we'll fix that, or try to. I'm just going to leave it there for now, but I'd go in and erase closer even still, and you'll get a sense right away playing with it. You'll select the brush, and you can come in, or excuse me, the eraser, and you can come in and erase. And if you make a mistake, and go back and redo it. Once you get here, then you're ready to go to the next screen. And again, what we're doing on this option is a short field of focus. We'll click lower left aperture. And I usually stick on to the left at 3.5 or 3.2, but you can go all the way if you want it even more out of focus. But right in here looks really natural to me. The one thing that's going to be, I think, makes all the difference is this bar right here. And this determines how crisp or how blurry that line is, that line between where you painted or masked versus where you did not. In a short field of focus, you want it all the way to the left, which makes it, you can imagine, even more important how carefully you mask your photograph. But you can kind of see right now, I love this because you can see where the photographer, where he or she really wants me to look and what they saw. And I love that. There's a real intimacy in this. And I love that too. And isolation even enhances that more. So you can imagine how much I love that. And so short field of focus, it's almost moving when it's done, properly. And I think this emulates it so well. Now we're going to go back to a little bit deeper field of focus. So we're going to go back to the raw image. And in this case, we're going to just think very large spaces. Okay, so I'm going very large spaces. I'm going further away from him as well. And this doesn't have to be near as exact. As a matter of fact, you kind of want a bit of an overlap. Okay. And right there. And what I've done is, not unlike this shallow field of focus, I'm creating a plane by which everything with nearer to me is in focus. Everything else, further me outside of the mask is going to go out of focus. I'm going to hit next once I get it generally where I want it. And in this case, I'm going to select the aperture. I'm going to go all the way to the left. I think you can move it over here, but again, I'm going for how does it look? When I view this, how will it look? And I want it just Again, it's a small moves and it's subtle moves that I love. And then the difference between the short field of focus and the deeper field of focus is that it's when we have that shallow field, we want it all the way to the left. We want that line crispy. In the case of this, where it's deeper field of focus, we want that all the way to the right. What that does is everything that's in focus, of course, is in focus, and we want that. But everything that goes out of focus doesn't immediately go full strength. It gradually goes out of focus, and that's what we want. That gives it that realism, and that's the difference between other apps that give you the same kind of ability to select what you don't want to be in focus. This gives you that gradual feeling. Again, the difference is in this deeper field of focus, it's a great effect. Your image still has incredible depth, but I'm looking more beyond the subject, and I think that can be used in many different ways. A road, crowds are great examples of how this application of the field of focus can be and can be used really effectively. I hope that was helpful. You can see the examples side by side below. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the Facebook group, and I will always try to answer. I do hope that you'll share anything that you do and show us what you're doing with your work with this exercise or this app. I'd love to see it, and I know I speak for everyone.